12 semifinal football matchup between the LaSalle College High School Explorers and the St. Joseph's Prep Hawks. Bob Long Sports here to bring you the broadcast. This is an audio-only broadcast as dictated by the terms of District 12. Excited to be here to bring you the audio broadcast that we're permitted to do. My crew here today, Rob Stott to my left, Tyler Kern on color commentary, Will Ryan, class of 2023 at LaSalle, is on stats, and we'll add some commentary as well. Will Gomez to my right on camera, and Ray Gomez, also the class of 2022 at LaSalle, on the sidelines. Guys, this is the best rivalry in the state of Pennsylvania, and we get to hear it here today from Franklin Field. LaSalle will be wearing the navy blue tops and bottoms with the gold helmets. St. Joseph's Prep will be wearing white tops and bottoms with a crimson helmet. Led by head coach Tim Roken, this is a bit of a different storyline than this St. Joseph's Prep team has seen in the past. They've run their way through District 12, PIAA state playoffs, numerous state championships in the last decade. Kyle McCord graduates, goes to the University of Ohio State, sitting on their bench now as the backup to C.J. Stroud. In comes a mixture of Samaj Jones, who started the most part of the year for St. Joe's Prep. He was banged up in the last two games. Dane Piccirillo, a senior tight end and backup quarterback, took over the reins for this St. Joseph's Prep team. They've been able to eke out 2 wins with him under center. Still undetermined at this point as to whether he will be starting Samaj Jones or not. They've kept mum. You can understand why that might be the case. And head coach John Steinmetz, the head defensive mind for LaSalle, he's had to prepare for 2 quarterbacks this week. We're now going to turn it over to Chris Carabello. He's the public addresser announcer for LaSalle College High School and the public address announcer here today for a prayer, followed by the national anthem.
We pause at the beginning of this game to ask God that we may have nothing more at heart than providing guidance to and fostering growth within the young men of LaSalle College High School and St. Joseph's Prep. Whether we are parents, teachers, coaches, alumni, or students, we ask that God give us the grace to fulfill well the responsibility He entrusts us with, educating the minds, forming the characters, and nurturing the spirits of young men who engage the world and its needs with integrity, fairness, generosity, compassion, and faith. We ask these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. John Baptist de LaSalle, pray for us. St. Joseph, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts. Please remain standing as we honor America, our men and women in the armed forces, and veterans of military service with the playing of our national anthem, performed this afternoon by the LaSalle Pep Band under the direction of Senior John Curdy.
Time for football here at Franklin Field. First, Ray Gomez is on the sidelines, our student reporter on the sidelines, enduring a little bit of rain and wind down there. Ray, what do you have for us pregame?
Bob, it certainly is the conditions down here. It's windy, it's rainy, but it's great to be out here. Both student sections have really shown out today, and what I have to tell you is I was talking with a few players before the game on the Salle side. They are certainly hyped up for this matchup against their arch rival, St. Joe's. I was talking to Santiago Sterlo, the kicker for LaSalle, who I have to say is really hyped for the matchup and is just hyped. He was talking to me and telling me that later on I got to talk to Ryan Moore because apparently he was really hyped up. So that's what I got for now, Bob.
Appreciate that, Ray. Ray Gomez, class of 2022 here at LaSalle. What we've had a great experience doing here this season is getting 3 really engaged and motivated students involved in the broadcast. Ray Gomez is one of them. Will Ryan doing stats and adding some commentary to my left, and Will Gomez to my right. Rob, Tyler, great to have you both here, guys. It's been a long time coming this day.
Yeah, Bob, it's if we're going to come back, we're going to come back in style, and we do it at Franklin Field, of all places. Historic Franklin Field. Nice to get the whole crew back together. And Ray mentioned the conditions. I'm looking forward. You mentioned Santi. Seeing how we already you see you got another LaSalle Explorer holding the ball for Santi on this opening kickoff. So we'll see what this does to not only the kicking game, but all other phases of this football game here today between LaSalle and St. Joe's.
Today, it's the state's best rivalry in the state's most historic football venue. LaSalle will kick off to St. Joe's Prep. We are underway, and carrying through the wind, the left-footed kick bounces past the end of the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and St. Joe's Prep comes onto the field. And Tyler, all eyes turn to who's playing quarterback. Is it Samaj Jones out there, or is it Dane Piccirillo, the senior?
And the linemen are lined up in a way that we can't even tell from this angle. It's like they're trying to have a big unveiling. Who do we got out there, Bob?
Dane Piccirillo, number 13, the senior, starts his 3rd consecutive game at quarterback. The touchback brings it to the 20-yard line. St. Joe's Prep with 2 backs in the backfield. And the quarterback, Piccirillo, the handoff is right up the middle to Kasim Phillips. Tripped down, got to the second level, but couldn't keep the feet. A gain of 4 right up the middle.
A hole was opening for him right there. Just a nice, unfortunate for him that he ran right over a lineman's foot and tripped up, but a nice pickup of 5 here on first down for the Hawks.
And now they go 4 wide on the near side of the field. Ball right in the middle of the field. 1 wide out to the far side. Piccirillo, they go one-on-one to that end. And it is caught. They picked on Amir Anderson on that side of the field, down inside the LaSalle 40-yard line.
And what an insane catch. Prep had 4 guys on the left side, as you said there, and went to the one-on-one matchup down the field for a huge gain.
Brandon Raymond, just one of a few catches this year, hasn't played much, got a lot of snaps against Archbishop Wood. They go right to him on the first pass play of the game. Now another one, split out to Washington, makes the catch, turns to the 30. Gain of 8.
Not afraid to sling the ball around in these conditions. Just an interesting start to this game for the Hawks. They don't seem to mind a little bit of bad weather, while they got their pass game going here early on.
Dane Piccirillo didn't throw it much, just 12 times against Archbishop Wood, completed 8 of them. And when they opened up the playbook in the 4th quarter, they played their best. Now it's a read option. Piccirillo keeps it, runs through the defensive back. Tackle made, but that's more than enough for a first down. Give him 7 to the left side of the field, brought down by Kelby Hampton.
Kudos to Piccirillo. He just stiff-armed Abdul Carter, and who hit him in the backfield and was able to get the gain for the first down.
0-0 the score, first drive of the game for St. Joe's Prep, ticking under 10:35 to go in the first quarter. 3 wide, and they're going to hand it off to Bunch. Bunch gets through to the 20, churns forward to the 15-yard line, and another gain, this time of 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 upcoming.
And they're certainly coming out, the Hawks are, with up-tempo. They snapped that ball with 30 still left on the play clock, so clearly wanting to send an early message here to the Explorers.
Yeah, the Hawks look electric out there right now.
They've run to the left side both times, Tyler. Brad Harris at the left tackle, George Reinhard at the left guard, clearly comfortable running to that side of the field, and they'll do it again. Running to the outside, knocked out of bounds at the 10, more than enough for a first down. Give him 6 again, running to the left side of the field off those tackles and guards on the left edge.
And Piccirillo waited till the last second to hand that ball off to his running back. He read the DN perfectly on that and allowed for a pretty nice gain for the first down.
Kasim Phillips checks back in. Expect a two-back combo there as they split the reps. Kasim Phillips a little bit more thunder. Blaine Bunch a little bit more lightning. 9:54, the clock is stopped after the ball was run out of bounds. 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down without getting into the end zone. Shotgun snap right off the middle. Kasim Phillips hit at the 7, will go no further. That's Chris Thompson. Didn't play the last time these two teams met, was injured for a good portion of the year, now back out there and stuffs him up the middle. Gain of 4.
So that time trying to go right up the middle. Chris Thompson, you kind of tell why the Hawks may be trying to keep this ball to the outside. Number 44 steps right up and stops the run.
But still getting to the second level. We mentioned he was contacted at the 7. That was the first time he was hit. So he got to the second level. Good on Thompson for not letting him fall forward. But the front set of St. Joe's Prep, now a crossing pattern right to the goal line. It's in there. Touchdown, St. Joe's Prep.
St. Joe's Prep just made that look easy. They just marched down the field in about 10 plays there.
Give them credit. The Hawks, they go up over the top, early on in that drive. Certainly put momentum in their favor and really came out. If they wanted to put a good hitting on the Explorers here on their first drive of the game, they did so.
Elijah Jones with the crossing pattern, a little slant. And again, because they kept going to the well on the read option, pulled the linebackers forward, a slant right behind, pitch and catch. Hawks on the board first. Here's Antonio Chata. His kick is up and good. And it is 7-0 St. Joe's Prep. Very similar to the first time we were here, guys. St. Joe's Prep received the kickoff first on that side of the field, went right down the field and scored to the left end zone as we view it. 9:13 to play, and Tyler, now LaSalle punched in the mouth. See what they got offensively.
Yeah, last week Joe Wade came out with a great offensive game plan against a Roman Catholic team that beat them the first time around. I'm really interested to see, what he comes up with. Prep just showed a lot of diversity in their play calling, a lot of misdirection, and it clearly worked for them. They marched down the field, and it looks like about 8-9 plays per Will's record keeping here. And it looks like they're finally correcting the clock to give St. Joe's the 7 points, not LaSalle.
Minor details.
Well, we do know last time, these two teams met, it was Sam Brown. I mean, his show right up the middle. It was pretty vanilla, bread and butter offense for the Explorers. So they didn't have to be very exotic. They didn't have to really get outside of, what worked for them. So we'll see what else they kind of throw at the Hawks this time around.
And there was talk coming into this game, guys, about St. Joe's Prep. Have they forfeited the mantle? St. Joe's lost to LaSalle here earlier this year. The backup quarterback's playing. And we talked about it before the broadcast. This is a team with pedigree. They've won multiple state championships. And this is their mantle until they're formally knocked out of the playoffs. That goes for LaSalle. That goes for Central York. That goes for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. That's everybody. You got to knock off St. Joe's Prep. LaSalle looking to be the one to do it. Retrieved at the 5-yard line by Amir Anderson up the middle. And he's taken down at the 31. A flag comes in late, and as those normally seem to be, likely going against the return team, which would be the Explorers.
And, great job by Amir Anderson. He took that ball, put his head down, and ran straight up, got to the 30-yard line, but it looks like that call came from the far side of the field here.
Holding called against the offense, and you know what? They turned on the officials' microphones. How about that?
Feels like a professional game.
So LaSalle's offense led by Alan Paterzo, who's had an excellent year this season, up around 70% completion percentage. They'll start from the 15-yard line. Stevie Davis out there as the lone tailback. Sam Brown in motion. The give is to Stevie Davis off the right tackle. Nudges forward for a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, just a little bit of misdirection there with motioning Sam Brown, giving it to your tailback Stevie Davis, and he gets a respectable 3-yard gain on first down.
You want to talk about offensive linemen can get up for this game, too. I don't know if you saw Luke Schischler on that play, just absolutely pancaking his defender.
LaSalle goes with 2 extra linemen, but we get whistles first. Dead ball. It'll be a false start against LaSalle. It'll take him back behind the sticks, 2nd down and 12 from the 13 upcoming.
And this is exactly what the Explorers can't afford to do, making these penalty mistakes. 2 penalties in a row, basically.
And the good old "you can't do that" chant from the student section.
I never understood that one.
Yep.
You certainly can do it. You're just going to get penalized for it.
All right, it started a little early with the jokes today, Bob.
Well done.
8:26 and ticking handoff Sam Brown, and pressure in the backfield by Josiah Trotter. That was just enough. He didn't make the tackle. Cole Nillis did, but Trotter blew it up. No game.
And just, that game Sam Brown had last time these two played, you got to imagine they're keying off on him, maybe spying on Sam Brown a little bit.
We know Brown, he's approaching that 1,000-yard mark for the season. I think he came in 9:57, Will?
9:59.
9:50, 2 yards off. I cut him 2 yards short, but he's got, not that you need a little more reason to get up for this one, but getting to 1,000, something I know he wants to do.
Now a 5 wide as there were 2 backs in the backfield. They split out wide. Empty set in the backfield. Paterzo looks over the middle. A lob for Ryan Moore. There was contact. It was just beyond his outstretched arm. Emilio Agard grabbed him right across the 8. Impeded his progress just a little bit. Not enough to draw the flag. Incomplete is 4th down and 11. On comes Santiago Sterla to punt it deep.
Yeah, that's a close call there. I mean, kudos to the Preps defense. They showed blitzing 6 guys there, and then the 2 linebackers dropped out into coverage. Looked like a clean attempt.
And LaSalle late getting an 11th man out there. It's Matt Mitchell. He'll be a gunner on the play. Santiago Sterla, his heels on his own goal line. Emilio Agard back deep to receive. He's on his own 45, and they nearly got there.
Sterla was looking for the ball.
And he may have touched that ball. Emilio Agard, and he comes up with it at the 43-yard line. It bounced right at the 50. Emilio Agard got a left hand on it, a careless play, and was very fortunate to fall on it and give Dane Piccirillo an opportunity with the offense.
Sterla was lucky to get that ball out. What you didn't see was as that ball was flying, he was looking behind him to see where that ball might have been blocked. The defender came clean at him, just missed the ball. Really fortunate for the Explorers to not have it blocked. And then on the other end of the play, fortunate for the Hawks, that ball was touched and just able to recover it.
Something about St. Joe's Prep and LaSalle at Franklin Field and crazy special teams plays. We saw it on October the 2nd, and we're seeing it again here today. 1st and 10, they mark it at the 41, up the middle, Blaine Bunch. Hit there by Abdul Carter, but not before. A gain of 4 yards out to the 46.
And if you're Prep, you got to be happy with these holes there. You could almost drive a semi through them right now. They look not that big, but big enough for their running back to have a clear view at the second level.
Ball marked at the St. Joe's Prep 46-yard line. 2nd down and 6. They fake the give, and Dane Piccirillo runs out of time. That was Kieran Campbell. Avoided the would-be block by Blaine Bunch. He took him down. Matt Wills in there, give him a half sack.
Excellent job off both edges by the Explorers to get into the backfield. The little play action there actually probably extended that play a little bit more, gave the Explorers time to get home and come up with a big sack on 2nd down.
3rd and 12. Important play call here for St. Joe's Prep. LaSalle, they've intercepted the ball 6 times in their last 2 games. This is a blitz opportunity, a wide field, and something where if Piccirillo isn't careful, LaSalle could find themselves in business. Now he takes the snap. LaSalle does bring the blitz. Chris Thompson didn't bring him down, but Tim Fiedler did. It's going to go down as a gain of 1, but no matter. It'll be 4th down and 12, and St. Joe's Prep will be forced to punt. Rob, wonderful blitz there as Chris Thompson disguised it coming through that C gap.
Yeah, excellent job. You had blitzers coming from everywhere. A corner coming off of the near side of the field and Thompson coming up the mid. It was just well drawn up, and nice job getting home by the Explorers to bring them down.
Tyler, 2 of the best kickers and punters we'll see here today in the state of Pennsylvania. This one's Antonio Chada. He got that one off after a tough snap. Moore makes the play at the 25, cuts up the field, hit hard at the 29, and will be taken down there. Got to be careful with that ball. He was being held up by the St. Joe's Prep Hawks as one of the gunners went after that football.
Moore, a wide receiver. That ball coming at him looked like I know some quarterbacks that can't throw as tight a spiral as that punt was coming towards him. So made it easy to catch, I'm sure, for more.
And yeah, Explorers with pretty good field position, getting it on the 30 where they originally, the 29 where they originally returned it to on that kickoff before it got called back. So best field position all day for them.
5:22. Game's moving thus far here, guys. 7-0 LaSalle. Ball at the LaSalle 29-yard line. Two receivers to the far side. Not a great snap, but he did get it off to Sam Brown. Didn't get much there. Call it 2. But that one got to the gullet of number 15, Alan Paterzo, rather than catching that square with the hands.
And the Explorers just need to get settled in here. Maybe get, a first down and build off of that.
A pistol look here. St. Joe's Prep showing blitz. A 4-3 look here as they hand it off to Sam Brown and connected with and dropped after a gain of just 1. Had good momentum going down the field, but brought down by Matthew DeMond.
And Emilio Agard, the D-back, came flying in from the outside, laid that first hit on Brown, kind of slowed him up enough. That was a great play.
3rd down and 5. They need the 39-yard line for a first down on their own side of the field. Ryan Sorge, he's had a big couple of games. He comes in motion. Alan Paterzo lost the football. He was sacked. It's going to be a scoop and score. James Hurd. St. Joe's Prep up 13-0. A blindside blitz, and Paterzo never saw it coming.
He did not. And that was just an unblocked, disguised blitz by the Hawks, and just Paterzo never saw it coming, and there's nothing you can do there as a quarterback. You're getting hit in the back. That ball, more often than not, is going to come out, and just a nice job by Hurd. You have to talk about it. Your coaches want you to fall on that ball, but scooping, he had plenty of time. Scoop it, and it was just a walk into the end zone.
Yeah, that was great focus by Hurd. He realized, what the situation was, took the time to scoop it up, and it's got to be fun running that into the end zone.
The extra point is up, and it is good. 14-0 St. Joe's Prep. Ray Gomez on the sideline. And Ray, what do you have for us?
Bob, it is turned not in LaSalle's favor, to say the least. I'm sitting on the sidelines. Players are not happy. Obviously, that play was out of Paterzo's control, but it's a shame that he lost the ball and Joe's went for the score. I've been very shocked with Picarello's play. He's done a great job managing this LaSalle defense, especially with the run. LaSalle notorious for being great at protecting the run and stopping it, but obviously Picarello and the St. Joe's Preps running backs have been performing really well in this game, and I also have to say these conditions are just not idle. I've been seeing stuff all around on the sideline. My hat even flew off. It has been not easy to pass the ball, so I expect LaSalle to start giving the ball more and more to Sam Brown, and that's how they're going to have to try and get one of those touchdowns back from St. Joe's.
All right, appreciate it, Ray. Thank you so much for your sideline report. Not good that hat flew off. That's a Bob Long Sports hat.
Hang on to that hat, buddy.
They specifically make those.
Those things don't grow on trees.
Tighten that strap in the back, maybe.
St. Joe's Prep, they've punched LaSalle in the mouth here today. 4:12 to play in the first quarter. Hawks 14, Explorers 0. Chada, he has rarely allowed opportunities for returns, but that ball is just coming up and hitting a wall. Stevie Davis picks it up, cuts inside at the 20. He's hit at the 23 and dropped there.
It's clear which way the wind's blowing. We saw in the opening kickoff Sterla, that went out the back of the end zone. Chada, we know he's got a leg, and that ball, it goes up. It looks like it could hit the back of the end zone, go in the other direction, but to your point, Bob, just hits an absolute wall of wind up there and comes falling almost straight down. It's crazy.
All right, Tyler, huge offensive series here for the Explorers and Alan Paterzo, clearly.
Yeah, we need to see a first down from this Explorers offense. Get something going. Run out some clock. Give your defense some rest.
Shotgun snap. Again, a free blitzer. Incomplete. All he had was a Noel Henry on a little slide route to the corner. But that's all he had. If he didn't get rid of that ball, he was getting flattened again.
I thought Noel Henry's hands were pulled down a bit there before he even got his hand on the ball. It was right in front of the referee, so I assume he had a better angle on it than us, but looked a little early.
And that ball only thrown to the line of scrimmage, so if that were the case, not something the St. Joe's prep defender needed to do because he was certainly right on him and would have been able to tackle him anyway. But no flag on the field. 2nd down and 10, ball at the LaSalle 24-yard line. Paterzo screen play, and Sam Brown dropped it.
Oh.
It was a forward pass by just a yard or two, so it's incomplete. Because if it was backwards, Rob, he could have picked it up nonetheless and had a lot of blocking up the field.
Exactly what I thought. This angle, again, it makes it tough where we're sitting. But looked like it was, I guess it must have been just enough forward for it to be a forward pass. But lucky for Brown. Maybe unfortunate because he had some space in front of him. A defender coming at him, but Brown has the ability to put on some moves. But unfortunately, just an incomplete pass.
3rd down and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. They need the 34 for a 1st down. Again, on LaSalle's side of the field. Driving from left to right. They throw the screen. Caught there by Moore, but nothing doing. St. Joe's prep all over him. It'll be a loss of 2 yards. 4th and 12. On comes Santiago Sterla for his 2nd punt of the afternoon.
This St. Joe's defense is incredibly dynamic. They're making so many pre-snap motions, feigning blitzes, bringing other blitzers in. I don't think Paterzo or that offensive line can really react quick enough in order to avoid a sack or incomplete pass.
I mean, it seems like on every single play, at least one free runner is coming at Paterzo or whoever's got the ball.
High snap for Sterla, and that one is blocked. St. Joe's Prep picks it up inside the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Maybe one extra step there by Sterla. He's also asking questions about the blocking, but nonetheless, St. Joe's Prep outplaying LaSalle in every facet.
You always let the guy on the outside, get the free rein, not the guy right up the middle. He's got the shortest line to Sterla's boot, and kudos to the special teams. They're making plays out there.
This is about as disastrous a start as you could possibly want if you're the Explorers. And for the Hawks on the other side of the field, I mean, your third drive, third drive of the game, second drive of the game, because second long, well, 5 yards maybe, if you really want to call this a drive. Their 3rd attempt to get on the field, and they can punch it in, and it's just, We still got 3:05 left in the 1st quarter.
And now a penalty, and I think it's because LaSalle has 12 men on the field.
Wow.
Off comes Carson Wakefield. There's your call. Illegal substitution, a.k.a. too many men breaking the huddle.
This Explorers team, this play is just inexcusable. So many penalties, missed assignments. They just look sloppy out there. St. Joe's looks like they want it more. They want their revenge from their their loss from LaSalle.
It's a pistol look. Kasim Phillips, the deep back, takes the give, walks into the end zone, nearly untouched. It's 20-0, St. Joe's Prep.
Wow.
One play, 2.5 yards, a 3-score football game.
At this point, it comes down to St. Joe's wanting it more and just execution. The Explorers are doing a terrible job of executing.
A lot of heads just turned around looking at each other. It's one of those things, the hockey timeout, you wish you could call one and just regroup or get a halftime after this 1st quarter, but it's just, they got to do something quick.
Antonio Chata on to attempt the point after. Chata's kick is up and good. It's a 21-0 game. St. Joe's Prep in a District 12 semifinal has taken the wheels off this LaSalle Explorer train. This portion of today's game brought to you by Treasure Sign. Great place to buy a sign. Great place for them. If you're looking for something to showcase your business, Treasure Sign's the way to go. Jim and Chris Convey, great supporters of LaSalle football, great supporters of what we do here at Bob Long Sports. We appreciate them and their sponsorship of LaSalle football here on BLS. Additionally, I want to tell you about E&M Insurance in North Wales. Chris Marr from the class of 1989 very active on the LaSalle Alumni Board. If you're looking for property and casualty insurance, looking for the best rates and the best service, call Chris. He can help you out. He's done this for a long time. Again, very well connected within the LaSalle community and a great supporter of the school. So pay it forward. Maybe you have a high school age student who's getting a car and just starting to drive. You can talk to Chris and make sure you're getting the right policies, the right coverages, and the right prices. That's E&M Insurance. Antonio Chata will kick this one deep from our left to our right. Stevie Davis, Amir Anderson back deep to receive. This one lower, but still hits that wall of wind, and Stevie Davis catches at the 10, out to the 20. Makes a move at the 25 and runs through a would-be tackler all the way out to the 35-yard line. Maybe a little spark from the sophomore.
Yeah, Explorers could take any spark they need right now. I mean, year they won the state championship back in 09. They were down 14-0 real early against Easton, so all hope is not lost. Still got a lot of football left. We're still in the first quarter.
Ask the Buffalo Bills. They've had some comebacks in their history, am I right?
Houston Oilers, Warren Moon. Absolutely. Frank Reich, the backup quarterback, as it turns out, for the Bills that day.
35-3, is that?
Frank Reich, a name that folks may recognize. Alan Paterzo takes the snap and goes down. Pocket collapsed on him. St. Joe's Prep dropping into zone coverage, and the four-man front enough to get into the backfield. You're not going to be able to beat that if you're dropping 7 and getting pressure, guys.
St. Joe's Prep is dominating in the trenches, both on offense and defense. They are bullying this Explorers front. They're not even bullying the front. They're not getting hit. They're not getting blocked.
2nd down and 15. Ball at the 30. They need the 45 for a first down. Paterzo drops straight back, slides, throws it deep, looking for Sam Brown, and it's just beyond his outstretched arm. Maybe just gave up a touch on the route there, because I thought that was a pretty good throw.
That's also, I mean, we saw what the wind's been doing to the ball the other direction. That one probably took it off a little bit.
Yep.
And Paterzo was even feeling pressure and made a nice sidestep there.
Did. Best pocket presence we've seen from him all day. He's able to slide out, buy himself an extra second, and just out of the outstretched, or out in front of the outstretched arms of Sam Brown.
3rd down and 15. Again behind the chains. And again, just one conversion away from punting it right back to St. Joe's. He drops back again, slides. He's going to take off with it, but he's not going to. Well, maybe he will. Wow.
Oh.
Alan Paterzo hit hard.
And
a flag comes in. Josiah Trotter. It sure looked like Trotter had a beat on him, and Paterzo somehow sidestepped him, went to the far sideline, knocked into the St. Joe's Prep Hawks sideline, and that extra yardage, it was already a gain of 16, enough for a first down. This will put LaSalle squarely into St. Joe's Prep territory, and maybe, just maybe, the motivation and the momentum swing they needed.
And Sam Brown there, looking for the ball from Paterzo. Realized Paterzo's running upfield and makes a great block, allowing that first down to even happen.
All it takes is a run and a flag, some laundry, and the Explorers all of a sudden in business.
As the sun starts to creep out here as well at Franklin Field for the first time since we've been standing up here. 1st down and 10 from the 39. Alan Paterzo takes off with it himself across the 30, takes a huge hit, but gets 11 and enough for a first down inside the St. Joe's Prep 30-yard line. That's something, Rob, we've traditionally only seen in the Wildcat with Ryan Moore, but that time, read option, Alan Paterzo, showing the Hawks a new look.
Yeah, got to do something a little bit different. What they've been doing so far hasn't been working, and now on 2 consecutive plays, Paterzo, one when he just didn't have a man open, and on the second one, maybe a little bit more intentional, having him tuck and go.
Handoff up the middle to the fullback, E.J. Wentz. Got into the second level, taken down in the linebacking core. A gain of 4, maybe 5.
And you got it cooking right now. This is a time where I'd like to see the Explorers right back up to the line, maybe moving with a little tempo. You got the Hawks a little bit on their heels. Let's keep the pressure on.
Alan Paterzo empty. 5 wide, but they're all within as Alan Paterzo takes off. Boy, he left his feet and got clocked. Gain of 1, it'll be 3rd down and 4. So they kept everybody tight, bunched there, and then just a delayed quarterback draw. Interesting play call there. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Explorers are taking the if it ain't broke approach, but it looks like Prep finally caught on to these Paterzo runs.
And I don't know how much I honestly want to see of that with Paterzo.
Third down and 4. Clock ticking, under 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Needing the 19 for a first down. Again, good pressure by St. Joe's Prep. Flipped out wide. Sam Brown has the first down. Taken down at the 15. And LaSalle wants a face mask. Sure looked like he got a handful of it. No call. Immediately Agard on the stop.
The entire sideline's pointing at it. They want the call. The ref's just like, nope, I don't know what you saw. I didn't see it, but.
And Paterzo is instantly feeling pressure again. Like, I think the Explorers are going to have to lean on these screens a little more. I know Prep's done a good job of stiffing them out, but when they're bringing that much pressure in those blitzes, that's how you counter it.
Quick passes.
Yeah, quick passes, or, Paterzo just stepping up and running. He's taking some big hits. We don't want to see too much of that today, but.
Clock stopped at 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Timeout called by LaSalle. Timeout on the field. Not sure. There's some conversation and some disagreement. Joe Wade not happy with the officials in some way, shape, or form, and I think it was related to the play clock. They're looking down behind the end zones there, the play clock. Let's go down to Ray Gomez here at this timeout. Ray, what do you have for us?
Oh, Bob, so for that last play, I was right there. I almost got hit by Sam Brown. It looked like a face mask to me, but that's the ref's call. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. LaSalle certainly put together a drive here. I've been really happy with Alan Paterzo. He's been putting his body on the line these past couple of plays. He's been sacked 3 times, been getting hit hard this whole game. He's been certainly doing a good job by staying tough and getting this LaSalle some momentum.
And an official timeout here. John Steinmetz having a conversation with the officials there. But, Ray, thank you for the update. We'll take it back to the field now as it's 1st down and 10 for LaSalle. Ball spotted at the St. Joe's Prep 15-yard line.
Ray, don't get too close to the refs here. We like you down on the sideline there, so don't want you getting the boot, my man.
There is some confusion here, certainly. The crew chief had a conversation with Tim Roken, now comes back to his spot, and now we get the signal for play. Clock still stopped at 29 seconds after that timeout. Stevie Davis, the lone tailback. Sam Brown in motion. They give it to him. Broke 1 tackle, got back to the original line, but that's it. Maybe not even that. Loss of a half a yard. He came on a little jet sweep, Rob, and didn't matter because St. Joe's Prep was into the backfield. James Hurd, Matthew Dumont, Daniel Daly.
Feels like the Hawks' eyes are all on number 27 wherever he's going on the field. They're trying to put him, the Explorers are in different positions, get him the ball different ways, but I think the St. Joe's remembers what happened back in October, and they don't want that a repeat here for sure. So doing their job to wrap up Mr. Brown.
End of the first quarter here from Franklin Field. This portion of today's game brought to you by Jim McLaughlin and Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Fox and Roach Realtors team. They are the best realtors in the area. They are super helpful when it comes to either buying or selling a home. They do a ton of volume, so what does that mean? It means that they know what the market bears, they know what you can get for your house, and they have creative ways and effective ways to make your offer more palatable to sellers. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, we're still in a crazy real estate market. Use Jim and Carrie. Jim McLaughlin, Carrie Guerin Boyle of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Fox and Roach Realtors team. They're certainly our choice, and they should be yours as well.
Well, the one thing, the one positive, the quarter's over. It's quarter 1, Bob. There's 3 quarters left.
I want to know what they saw for that timeout. They had Prep on their heels for the first time all day.
I think it was a play clock issue. I think the play clock was running down, and they were forced to burn it. I'm with you, Tyler. They had him on their heels.
Thanks for your support, Bob.
Always. This is an audio broadcast on Bob Long Sports. As you see on the graphic in front of you, it was a District 12 decision, and we're excited to be here doing the broadcast in the format that we're permitted to do so. Bob Long, Rob Stott, Tyler Kern. Will Ryan is on stats, Ray Gomez on the sideline. Will Gomez is taking video for us, and we'll likely put something together after this game in a video format, but unavailable to do so in a live context.
And you want to see a hard worker. Will Ryan sitting next to me. I mean, what is this? This isn't college rule. It looks like a wide rule book. But still, I mean, an entire spread filled with plays from that first quarter. Is this typical? I mean, is that, you look at one quarter of play, are you filling up an entire spread of a book?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I take up 3 to 4, full pages. But in that first quarter, what we saw was Dane Piccarello just dominate 3 for 3 in throwing. He was active in the rush game, 53 yards and a touchdown.
How about that?
Strong work. Strong work.
As always.
We're lucky.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the 15. LaSalle throws one towards the end zone. It was a duck, and it's intercepted by St. Joe's Prep. Paterzo hit hard. Intercepted, and St. Joe's Prep avoids the threat.
The Explorers are just not able to adjust to these blitzes. This dynamic defense that Prep shows, fake blitz one way, real blitz the other. There's nothing that Explorers can do to respond to this.
Anthony Saka got the interception. They tried to throw a fade route. Paterzo was hit while he was throwing, so he came out with a side spin, certainly not with the strength needed to get to the intended target. Saka actually had to come back to the football, did so effectively. And again, from here, tough to say. It looked like he did get his hands underneath the football.
Paterzo got crushed by 2 blitzers there. He's been taking a beating this game.
Ray buzzing up from the sideline saying that he liked the call on the field. Certainly got his hands under the football. Ball is loose.
Oh!
And St. Joe's Prep came up with it. Abdul Carter.
He came out of the pile with it,
Wow,
though.
Mekhi Johnson. It's LaSalle football. Now we need to wait for the call from the officials. He came out of the huddle with the football. We haven't seen a call yet.
Daryl Dengway absolutely emphatically pointing to the LaSalle end zone.
And it's going to be St. Joe's Prep football. They say David Washington came on it. It was a run up the middle at about 8 yards. Abdul Carter ripped the ball away. LaSalle looked like they were going to be right on it. Didn't fall on it. Ball popped around. It looked like Washington had it to me. And then all of a sudden, Mekhi Johnson came out of it. But again, if Johnson gets his hands on that, or Washington gets his hands on that football,
He's down.
He's down. Regardless, whatever happens after that is a non-factor.
And Bob, you touched on it. You got to dive on that football. You can't be trying to scoop and score. I know you want to be a hero ball with being down 21 points, but.
And now Dane Piccarillo on the read option, pushed back by Chris Thompson. Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Guys, that's exactly the type of momentum swing that LaSalle needed. It was in front of them, but these 50-50 balls certainly aren't going their way today.
No, and you got to kind of forget about it and defense go out, do your job. Nice job there on keeping it to just a short gain on 1st down by Thompson, but need an answer.
Blaine Bunch, nowhere to go that time. Went off tackle. Great job by Kieran Campbell. He got into the backfield and forced him to make a decision, allowed the reinforcements to get there. A lot of guys in there on the stop. Fiedler as well as Abdul Carter.
We got Ryan Moore checking in onto the field as well.
So now it's 3rd down and 11 after the loss of 2. St. Joe's Prep needs the 39-yard line for a 1st down on their side of the field. Moving from left to right. Piccarillo looks to the sideline, now barks in the call. 4 receivers, 1 running back to Piccarillo's right. And Kasim Phillips takes the handoff, has blocking, gets towards the line to gain, and has it. Needed 11, got 13, 1st down Hawks.
And that's the second first down today that decision to hand off to the running back at the very last second resulted in a first down, a huge first down for St. Joe's Prep.
Chris Thompson arguing that he was held on the play. Not going to get the benefit of that call. St. Joe's Prep moves the sticks, and that feels like a momentum-shifting type of first down, Rob.
Definitely does. I mean, you had a chance 3rd and long to get them off the field, and just unfortunate. A nice read by Piccirillo, but a bad job tackling by this defense.
Hand up off the middle. Josh Barlow, his first carry of the afternoon. Barlow gets about 5 off the left side of that line. Tyler, I know we talked about it, but they keep running to the left.
Yeah, they're clearly leaning on the left side of that offensive line there, who's been doing a pretty good job all day. I mean, just look at the score. It's 21-0. They're doing a great job. But, yeah, this running game, we don't have much answers for it, it seems.
2nd down and 5 yards to go, ticking under 9:20 to go. And they do hand it off to Barlow. Sticks his foot in the ground. Ended up getting a decent gain, 2 yards. LaSalle had him completely stuffed. The edge was set, so he says, okay, I'll go north and south. 3rd down and 3 upcoming. Took what would have been about 3rd and 8, made it 3rd and manageable.
And Timothy Fielder had the tackle lined up and thought that the quarterback kept it there for some reason, and that allowed that from being a tackle for a loss to a short gain.
And then on top of that, once he realized that the quarterback didn't have the ball, he didn't really make an adjustment and go after the running back.
Piccirillo hands it off to Phillips. He's got a first down, and he's gone. Went through the line, and there was nobody at the second level. Touchdown, St. Joe's Prep. It is 27-0. The route is on here at Franklin Field.
This is incredible. One more touchdown, and we're looking at the mercy rule clock running off.
It's crazy. It's absolutely unbelievable. You mentioned those holes being opened up. That one could have driven 2 semis through the way he got through and just to the house. That's clean.
Sal's line on both sides of the ball is being absolutely dominated by St. Joe's Prep.
Will said before the game, Kasim Phillips goes by caddy. Well, he was running like a Cadillac down the field there. What an impressive run that was. Chada up and good. 28-0. St. Joe's Prep. I thought to make a comment before the play, guys, that if they wanted to take the top off LaSalle, that would have been a great play to do it because they had 0 coverage and 11 guys up inside 5 yards of the line. Tell you what, you got a home run hitter like Phillips and you can get the blocks to get them going. That's another way to hit a home run.
And that's one. You're looking for some sparks, something for this Explorers team. Coach Steinmetz just called the whole bunch over right in front of us here on the 40-yard line. I mean, these Explorers need to do something. They need – they got – they had a decent drive last time out. Unfortunate that they turned it over down deep into St. Joe's territory. But, now it's a pride thing, Tyler, right?
Yeah, we're not playing for pride yet, Rob. There's still a little bit of football left. But, what a statement game by St. Joe's Prep. 2 weeks ago, they almost lose to Father Judge. Last week, they almost lose to Archbishop Wood. And now they're up 28-0 against this dominant, or up to this day, dominant LaSalle team.
I'm telling you, you run in circles. People are talking about St. Joe's Prep forfeiting the mantle. They're talking about Garnet Valley. They're talking about Central Catholic. And you just try to maintain the message that that's not the case. This is, these are 2 of the best teams in the state right here. And St. Joe's Prep is saying, do not forget about us. A high kick that will be caught in the end zone, automatically a touchback. Ray Gomez on the sidelines.
Hi, Bob. So what I've been watching from my perspective, you could have said it better. He moved like a Cadillac on that play. Could have asked for a better play for St. Joe's. Ran right through, untouched, all the way to the end zone. Put on the burners. It's going to be hard for LaSalle. Is it unheard of coming back down 28? No, but it's certainly going to pose quite a challenge for LaSalle. And as you said, St. Joe's still trying to keep their mantle as state champs and really showing up here in the first half.
Thank you, Ray. First down and 10 for LaSalle. They hand off to Sam Brown. He's got some blocking, got through the first level, nudges his way. They're going to say he's inbounds. Gain of 5 yards off the left side.
And I'd almost ask Ray, what was that? I saw some equipment thrown.
It's like a hand warmer. Someone's hand warmer just got
They
tossed.
lost
I think
it.
Sam Brown's.
It's gone.
Second down and 5. 8:20 to go. If you're watching the game, or listening to the game, I should say, yes, the score you see in the top right corner is correct. 28-0, St. Joe's Prep. Sam Brown made one miss, not a second. Gang tackled there by St. Joe's Prep, a gain of 2. Guys, St. Joe's Prep in, a quarter and 3 minutes has already outscored itself from the last time these two teams met, a 28-21 victory by LaSalle.
Yeah, I mean, they've outscored themselves from the last 2 weeks as well. They look electric out there. And, I mean, you got to think, did the Explorers try to get Ryan Moore more involved?
It's an option. It's certainly been something that has been successful for LaSalle. For now, it'll be a pistol formation, faking the give to Sam Brown, and Paterzo runs out of time again. That's a huge sack all the way back to the 10-yard line. A loss of 16 yards.
And I was about to give Lawrence Steele glowing reviews for pulling and making a great block, but he pushed his defender right into Paterzo, who made the sack. He was already looking down the field. He didn't finish his block. He pushed the defender right into Paterzo. I've never seen anything like that.
And now Santiago Sterla will punt this one into the cold wind coming at him. Under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Sterla did get that one off, and you see it just hit the wall. Agard up to get it, catches at the 32 with a fair catch. There is laundry on the field. Amir Anderson, the subject of a little shove there by Agard. I think the official handling that correctly. He goes up to Agard and says, no more.
The only chance that the Explorers have this game is that they got to tighten things up in the trenches.
Holding called against St. Joe's Prep. They'll back them up 10 yards. Ball was spotted at the LaSalle 32. That's right on the LaSalle side of midfield. The punt wasn't bad. He connected well. It got up into the jet stream, and just like we've seen with Chata kickoffs and punts going the other way, there's nowhere for it to go.
Boys, we're potentially looking at a mercy rule here coming up.
Yeah, and Tyler, what you mentioned on that last drive, maybe getting Ryan more involved. How about involved, at all? He hasn't gotten a single Wildcat snap this game. It was something that we've seen as a consistent factor in the Explorers offense all year.
Handoff to Blaine Bunch. Through the hole, gain of 8.
And building off of that, I mean, they're getting constant pressure on Paterzo. And, being able to throw screens or to have a Wildcat option there is a direct counter to that, and they're not making any adjustments on offense. They can't do anything with this defensive line playing the way it is.
Second down and 4. Piccirillo got a big hole up the middle, hit by Thompson, keeps going forward. Look at Dane Piccirillo. He's got the first down. Gain of 6 across the 30, and St. Joe's Prep keeps the train rolling. 6:12 to play.
And the Hawks have just dictated the way this game is. So whatever game plan the Explorers had, forget about it. It's out the window. So whatever they wanted to do, the Hawks are making them bend to their will, essentially.
Handoff up the middle, and he might be gone. Inside the 5, chased down by Abdul Carter. Josh Barlow, just his third, maybe even second carry of the day. Doesn't see a lot of time. He's their third back, but Rob, a little bit of juice that time from the third stringer.
Yeah, when it was raining earlier, I'd say, so it doesn't really fit anymore, but when it rains, it pours, and it's just one thing after another is going in the direction of the Hawks as they are knocking on the door of that mercy rule.
And again, it is Barlow taken down, gain of 1.
This is unbelievable. I mean, kudos to this prep team, but the Explorers are playing on their heels. They're playing flat-footed. They don't look explosive at all out there.
It rings eerily similar to kind of what we saw against Roman about a month ago. Just came out completely flat and were never able to get their legs under them. And they fought themselves back in that one, but it just...
Second down and goal. They fake the give. Wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Who else? Josiah Trotter does it on both sides of the football. Lined up at tight end. They faked the give. Rolled out Piccirillo. And you can excuse LaSalle for not thinking that Josiah Trotter's going to run out and catch the football. But he did. He was wide open. And it's 34-0. If Antonio Chada hits this extra point, we go to a running clock once the first half concludes, if it's still a 35-point game at that juncture.
Wow.
Explorer running clock might help the Explorers at this point. Just get out of the stadium. It's insane.
Kick is up, and it's good. 35-0.
I don't know what buttons Mr. Roken hit during the week, but you mentioned it, Bob. I mean, all the talk about they're done this year. Forget it, pass it on, whatever. But
it certainly wasn't us saying that.
No,
but that's out there. I promise you.
We've been seeing it. It's been all season. Not even, I think, since the LaSalle game. Just to talk about them finally, that streak of wins snapped, and maybe this wasn't their year, and someone else could step up in the state and. Whatever buttons he was hitting, he hit the right ones coming into this one because it has been absolutely all St. Joe's.
Ray, I don't know. Probably not seeing anything different than we are down there, but what do you have for us?
Bob, it is not looking good for LaSalle. It's even worse when you're up close watching LaSalle. Joe's execution is amazing. That's the easiest way to put it. They've read this LaSalle offense and defense perfectly. Their plays, their offensive line has done an amazing job allowing their running backs to rush and have amazing games. I mean, what can I say other than St. Joe's has shown up to play.
And now the kickoff. Caught by Amir Anderson at the 15-yard line. Amir Anderson up to the 30, 35. And wrestled down at the 39-yard line. An impassioned return that time by Anderson, the cornerback for LaSalle.
So what you're saying, Bob, is if they can get a score here and it gets to halftime, we don't say. So the running clock is only once you hit 35 in the second half.
I believe that's correct.
All right. So there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
What movie, Tyler?
Come on.
Why me?
Because you're the one that never gets the Caddyshack references.
It's Dumb and Dumber, isn't it?
No.
No?
No. Billy Madison. Get out. Get out.
All right, guys.
Leave the booth.
Yeah, I'm out.
Leave the booth.
It's been real. Thank you.
First down and 10. Here is Ryan Moore with his first Wildcat snap. Gets through the line, got to the linebacking core, gain of 3. St. Joe's Prep up to task there. The thing with Ryan Moore when he gets into the Wildcat is he pulls it a lot, and he hasn't shown to this point. I think we know he can.
It is Dumb and Dumber. Just want to. Sorry.
Hold on.
You know
Sorry.
what? You're right.
Football is more important here, but
You know what? I was thinking of
it's easy to pile on Tyler for his movie references, and that doesn't matter to what's going on the field right now.
You're right.
But thank you.
I'm out. Then. I'm out.
So little faith.
You're right.
Sorry for cutting you off there, Bob.
No, you should have.
It's all
That was
good.
my mistake. Ryan Moore up the middle.
There we
got
go.
a big gain across the 50, inside the 40. Taken down by Keenan Nelson. He was the last guy back. 1st and 10 for LaSalle.
You mentioned Ryan Moore in the Wildcat. You expect tuck and run. I don't think he's thrown a pass this year, has he? Maybe 2. So, I mean, the odds are when he's in there, it's going to be Ryan Moore holding on to the ball. We'll see if they give him a chance here. Got to try something different.
Again, I say
Huge
it.
gain there.
I say it. You sort of joked about it, but you do have to get this inside 35 just for the opportunity to get enough possessions as Moore again takes it up the middle. Gain of 8. So they're showing something here.
And here's the thing. 3:15 and running. Punch this one in. You get the ball at the half. So you're able to pull yourself within, 3 possessions early in the second half.
Salle looking to start with just this one. Again, Moore up the middle, sized up, but
Look at
now
that pile.
getting pushed forward by the lineman. First down, LaSalle, gain of 6.
This is frustrating because I think this adjustment should have been made a few series ago. Like, before this game was 35-0. Like, Prep has been bringing the pressure, the blitz, from the outside. Run up the middle with Moore. They've just gained like 40 yards with them.
First and 10.
Don't apologize.
That's Tyler the fan. Tyler the commentator needs to be a little calmer.
First and 10 from the Prep 24-yard line. Again, it's Ryan Moore. And this time he does hand it off to Sam Brown. Brown got about 4.
And then it opens up the game for Sam Brown. They're keying off Ryan Moore. I mean, that's probably his biggest gain of the day, right?
Someone fix that man's shoulder pad. Ryan Moore. Here it comes. There's the lineman coming in to help.
Well, and Tyler, to your point, that was the right decision there by Ryan Moore, right? He has that option to give or keep. He's a guy that likes to keep, just the way it is. And he's very effective with the ball in his hands, but that time the right decision to give it off to Sam Brown. Now Ryan Moore, there's no option. He's just running it up the middle. Got 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 18-yard line.
And that's kind of the story of the year out there. E.J. Wentz leading block for Ryan Moore. Like, Moore had nothing and decided to go right up behind E.J. Wentz and got a gain with what probably should have been a loss to no gain.
So here's a strategy question I don't know if I've ever asked. If LaSalle doesn't get this first down, do you kick the field goal to save you from going
you don't.
to a running clock, or do you need 7?
You need 7. I mean, you need.
The question is how many possessions are left in the football game.
Exactly. I mean,
it's a windy day as well. I think you go for it as well, but you get my point.
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
If you kick the field goal, regardless that you now have to score one more touchdown to get into the game, although 4 straight touchdowns with a 2-point conversion on all of them could tie the game at 35. But my point is you essentially need to score another touchdown. Is that worth the potential that if you don't get anything, game is essentially over because you don't have enough time?
Maybe any other day, but today with what we've seen with the wind, particularly in this direction, you don't know what it's going to do if Sterling can get enough. We know he has a leg, but if he can get enough of a leg in this direction where we've seen that wall of wind up a little higher, the open end of the stadium, you're probably still going for it.
I think you're right. Just devil's advocate.
That's what a good host does, Bob. Throw some devil's advocacy out there.
3rd and 3. Ryan Moore goes off the left side, and a hold's going to bring it back. That's the right call.
Joe Wade doesn't think so.
I thought it was a good job by Prep selling that, actually.
Yeah.
You didn't think Rocco Nickel was held there?
I don't think so. The way that he kind of spun move into it. It's hard to explain over audio only.
Yeah, it looked like Brendan Krug's arm was wrapped around him, though, and that's just a bad look. And when the officials see that, that's when they're going to throw the flag.
Yeah, of course.
But there was no doubt that the St. Joe's Prep defensive lineman did sell it a little bit.
Sure, no doubt. 3rd down and 16 yards. They need inside the 15-yard line for a first down. Ball's at the 30. Ryan Moore comes out there to deliver the play call. Interesting.
See what kind of arm he has, I guess.
Haven't really seen him throw anything. I don't think we've seen him throw something past the line of scrimmage this year, Will.
And you see Colin Wade in the game on the far side, a different look for the Explorers.
Ryan Moore pulls it, and he's got a big gain up the middle, has a first down and more down to the 11-yard line. So no need to throw it on 3rd and 15. Just take it 19 yards down the field. Ball is at the 11. A clock issue to worry about. 1 minute and 4 seconds left as they restart after the chains are set on a first down accumulated within the boundary.
I don't know why we expected anything else.
Ryan Moore again. Sam Brown lays the block, gets inside the 10, nestled down inside the 8 and the 7-yard line. So let's give him 3.5. Timeout called on the field by LaSalle with 46 seconds left.
Should we use this time?
Let's do it.
Where are you at? Let us know. It's been a half. been something. If you're still listening, let us know where you're listening from, and we'll give you a shout-out on the air. We'll compile them here during halftime and come out the third quarter, hopefully with a LaSalle touchdown drive. And let us know where you're watching from. Tweet at us, comment in that YouTube comment section, and let us know where you're watching.
And make sure to hit that subscribe button on
Hit it.
Bob Long Sports YouTube. That's where you can find all of our upcoming content. We've had a good influx of subscribers this year, and we certainly appreciate it. It's been a wonderful year calling LaSalle football. We'll move on to LaSalle basketball as well. I know Will, very excited for basketball season. Might see him out there. My man, what do you got for us, Will?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Tyler was talking about how he wanted to see an adjustment to Ryan Moore. The Explorers have, finally provided that adjustment for this quarter.
And here's an adjustment. Sam Brown taking a Wildcat snap, and an illegal shift is going to bring it back. It was immediate. The flag came from the referee. And now St. Joe's Prep, they think they have the football. And I don't think any of the officials were in the area. I don't know anybody saw that well.
But just to continue on what I was saying, Ryan Moore hadn't had a single carry until this series. Now he has 62 yards on the ground. You wonder, had they made the adjustment a little earlier? Doesn't stop St. Joe's Prep from scoring 35 points, but nevertheless.
Nevertheless, you might see some more LaSalle points on the. You might see some LaSalle points on the board the way this drive has gone.
Yep, there's your illegal shift.
What's that? Two guys moving at the same time? Is that?
I don't think anybody got set before the snap. Yeah.
That's just been the story of today. I mean, obviously good teams put pressure on you, but you can't be making mistakes like that.
Yeah.
So a timeout on the field, and we'll take this opportunity to tell you about our sponsors at the Station Tap House in Doylestown, our favorite spot to go watch the game. Whether it's before, during, or after the game, great specials, great food, a wonderful family environment, and we appreciate their sponsorship of us, Bob Long Sports, as well as all that family, the Wade family, does for LaSalle Athletics. That's the Station Tap House, proud sponsor of Bob Long Sports and LaSalle football.
Tyler might have a graphic for you.
Yeah, I see it. I saw the meme. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Jim Carrey. I don't believe he was in the.
No, he
What
wasn't.
did you say?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison. There's a similar line to it in Billy Madison, but you know what? You have to just take the L when things go wrong, especially when I say it as confidently as I did. So I'm taking the L, Tyler. You were right.
I'm hoping the Explorers are not taking the L. Let's get the touchdown here. 41 seconds to go, Bob.
Second down and 11. They can get a first without getting a touchdown. Ball at the 12. And Moore will throw the screen out wide. E.J. Wentz to about the 9-yard line. So St. Joe's Prep, they were ready for that wrinkle. Third down. Ball's out of bounds, so the clock stops with 36 seconds left. Ball's at the 8, need to get inside the 2 for a first down.
Finally opening up the playbook there for Mr. Moore, allowing him to sling one out.
I know it was a illegal motion, but we saw Sam Brown out there. I thought we were going to see another pass from him. He showed he had an arm.
One for one, baby.
Alan Paterzo back out there for his first snap of the drive. Third down, 6 yards to go from the St. Joe's Prep 8. Again, St. Joe's Prep brings the blitz, takes some contact, and a flag comes in. It was a crossing pattern to Noel Henry.
Can't just stand there, impeding the receiver. Arms a little draped around him as well. And again, Paterzo, man, comes back in for one snap and takes an absolute shot.
But he delivered it, gave his receiver an opportunity to make the play. It'll be pass interference. Ball spotted inside the 5. It's not a spot foul. It is a half the distance to the goal, but it will be first down. It sure should be. First down and goal. The chain gang has it wrong.
As does the scoreboard.
As does the scoreboard. That should be an automatic first down. Now nobody in the backfield except for Paterzo. He tries to sneak it. Keeps
Still
going
moving.
inside the 2. It's close to that actual first down marker. Doesn't matter. It should be first down now, second down.
No timeouts. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think that's been wrong. LaSalle has been listed as having 0 timeouts for the last couple of minutes, actually even before they called their last timeout. And now it is second down. We get the confirmation from the official. Again, from the scoreboard to the chain gang, it's been handled poorly, unfortunately, in the tail end of this drive. Will?
Yeah, exactly. It does still clearly say 4th down, and there's no indication from the referees. Now they're meeting up, maybe about to change the call. This should be 2nd down with about 20 seconds left in this first half. Instead, they still have 4th down on the
Let's go
board
down
and
to
the chain.
Ray and see what he's hearing. Ray?
Hi, Bob. I'm hearing some talk with the referees. They're trying to sort things out. They're trying their best down here. It certainly isn't easy, but they did a good job recovering, saying it was 2nd down and that it wasn't, and that we didn't have a Penn State game all on our hands.
There you go.
But with the last play, Paterzo had a good job with the offensive line also doing a good job pushing him. They didn't get in, but it was certainly close. I saw him try to reach, but there was just too many St. Joe's players on top of him.
So, interesting situation. They still have 4th down. The chains are still out there. That's incorrect.
The ref just looked him in the eyes.
Now it's Ryan Moore, and now St. Joe's Prep will call a timeout. Now, I had the side official look at the LaSalle sidelines and put 2 fingers up, and I don't think he was telling him peace. I think he was telling him it was 2nd down. So I honestly don't understand what's happening here. It should be an automatic 1st down. Remember, guys, we're going back to the pass interference play on the crossing pattern from Moore. No, it's not a spot foul, but yes, it's an automatic 1st down. 20 seconds left. The game's 35-0, and LaSalle with an unknown amount of timeouts, but I do think that it's down to 0. They've burned 2 on this possession, and I believe on the far side of the field they took 1 earlier. So, sure, 4th down, 2nd down, in some ways it doesn't really matter, barring an incomplete pass. But if you're taken down within the boundary and the clock runs, you're going to be hard-pressed to get another snap off. Here we go.
Or could you imagine an incompletion?
Right, exactly.
Oh, the ball
it's snapped. Ryan Moore was going the wrong direction. St. Joe's Prep trying to pick it up. It's back to the 35-yard line.
Still bouncing around.
And it's picked up with 10 seconds left. Ryan Moore was barking instructions to the line. That's when the ball was snapped. Off it bounded. A scramble for it. St. Joe's Prep picks it up. Either way, even if LaSalle had picked it up, they would have had no chance to get on the football and run a play. And that's how this game's going to go to half. That's how this game's going to take a running clock to start the second half. And that might be the nail in the coffin for LaSalle.
Last time we saw these two teams play, we saw a snap to a punter that wasn't there. Now we see a snap to a quarterback that wasn't there.
Man, oh man. This is why, you feel bad. Kids on the side, it's
sloppy, though.
Yeah.
No one to blame but yourself there.
Got a lot to talk about as they go into the half.
Dane Piccirillo takes the knee, and that is it for the first half. St. Joe's Prep leads 35-0. It is by far their best performance of the year. And I tell you what, Kyle McCord's not on that sideline, but it sure looks like a Kyle McCord type of game. This is exactly what we've seen in years past in this very football game. The only difference, LaSalle had a win in the regular season. They came in as the top seed. They were wearing the dark uniforms and standing on the home sidelines. Just incredible, this turn of events. Tim Roken, the St. Joe's Prep Hawks, have it all going on right now. Ray, if you're down there, give us one more report before we head to the half.
It is certainly unfortunate what happened with LaSalle. They were right on that goal line. A little bit of miscommunication went a long way. And, it certainly isn't great for LaSalle, and it's not looking too good. I'm holding out hope, Bob. Nothing's impossible, but it's certainly going to be hard. And I was watching Coach Wade talk to Dean Leader, the center, who had the miscommunication. He said it's okay. And I really respect Coach Wade being there for his players, being able to comfort them. Some things just happen. make it up in the next half. That's why I have to say the LaSalle team.
Ray, appreciate that. Thank you for the intel. Thanks for being down there. We'll check back in with you in the second half. Rob, Tyler, anything before we head to half here?
Nah, I mean, it's a rough one. I mean, there's no doubt about it. For this Explorers team, there's a lot of seniors in that locker room right now. The writing's kind of on the wall, but they got a half of football left, so they need to come out and, I mean, Tyler, I think right now it is about pride, and you want to see how they come out in the second half and just put a good performance together the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. It's been, I'm not going to shy away from it, a pretty horrible performance from the Explorers. Just, they finally got something going with getting Ryan Moore in the game, and that happens, and it's just kind of a gut punch. So, as a fan, you expect more, and, I hope they come out, especially those seniors, and give it their best shot.
Will, you got something for me?
No, I mean, you got to give some credit to this St. Joe's Prep offense, defense, the whole coaching staff. This team as a whole has come out ready to play. We saw them that last week beat Archbishop Wood, a team that LaSalle beat 20-0. St. Joe's Prep needed a last-minute field goal from Antonio Chada to get past them. I mean, Dane Piccarello, if they do win this game, which they look like they're on their way to do, it's hard to, if Samaj Jones is healthy, it's hard to take Dane Piccarello out right now because this guy is playing a heck of a ball game.
Putting the state on notice, there's no doubt about that. I think people all around the state of Pennsylvania are turning their eyes to what's going on in Franklin Field here today. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the second half. You're watching Bob Long Sports coverage of LaSalle College High School football.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfort Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfort Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Ferangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop with your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have had otherwise.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. The process is simple. First, we do an introduction. Then the candidate provides me with information. We have a consultation based on that information, and we build what's called the model. Once we have that model, we'll share that with 3 great opportunities that match your criteria. I will follow up with you through the entire process. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area. I'm humbled by your consideration, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Good evening, everybody. Welcome into the Nittany Lions Sports Report live on Bob Long Sports. Today we're going to talk about the offensive line and our man of the hour, the chef, the man himself.
This year, you're going to see all 4 guys run. They all bring a different style.
The quarterback is going to read the defensive end's eyes and make a determination. Am I going to keep this football or am I going to hand it off to the running back? And that is generally the point of the RPO. Look who we have. We have Chris Perangeli, our guest picker for the evening.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
The coaches at LaSalle are great because they strive for you to be your best.
I was able to maximize my full potential in terms of opportunity in football, wrestling, and lacrosse.
They're going to be pushed to be the best they can be in the classroom, on the field, in the pool, and just overall as a person.
Student first, athlete second. Before you have success on the field, you have to have success in the classroom so you can be on the field.
One thing I think makes LaSalle Athletics stand out are the facilities that we have. One thing I think makes the athletic programs here so strong is definitely the coaching and the staff.
I think I've improved as a competitor here at LaSalle because I'm always being pushed by coaches and by my peers. Seeing my peers work hard makes me want to work harder as well.
No matter what your interests are, every single person here is going to make sure that you're able to fulfill your dreams and what you want to do.
What allows us to keep winning is just our really strong sense of tradition and pride. We know that 30 years before us they won the PCL, so we're going to go out there and we're going to do our best to succeed like the guys before us did.
What does your character look like? Does it bounce back after each setback? Does it stand out by standing up? Does it make good on good intentions? Character is invisible until it's not. Only through action will the world know what it's made of, what you're made of. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans and families of the fallen at travismanion.org.
I say that LaSalle fuels my passion because it has such great programs with what I'm interested in.
LaSalle affords you the opportunity to get involved in as much as you possibly want to. There's tons of different clubs and activities with any different interest you could have.
No matter what you're doing, you'll be supported by your peers, and LaSalle will become a place that you love to go to and you will want to go to every day.
I think it was pretty easy to make friends. I feel like the most friends I made came through my extracurriculars.
What I love about LaSalle is you could make relationships with other people by getting out of your comfort zone. That's what LaSalle really teaches us, to be open and be open to meeting new people.
You're always going to gain something from clubs. Even if you find out that that club isn't for you, you're still going to pull something away from it, come out with new friends, have new connections.
Getting involved definitely helps you meet new people.
You want to come to LaSalle because you want to be able to explore. You want to be able to try a number of different opportunities we have to offer here.
You're going to really discover what it means to be not only a LaSalle gentleman, but also develop with your own passions and have all these different opportunities to try things that you might not have had otherwise.
Welcome back, folks, inside our broadcast booth here at Bob Long Sports, high above Franklin Field. It is 35-0, St. Joe's Prep, and in about a minute and 18 seconds, that clock won't stop running until it hits triple zeros in the fourth quarter, of course, aside for timeouts and things of the like, but it will be a running clock the rest of the way. Rob, I know we have some loyal listeners that have been with us all year long and checked in on where you at, so we'll send it to you.
We sure do. Got a whole bunch of them. So we'll start. Colin Reynolds checking in from North Philly. We got Mike Nedzielski. Apologies, probably butchered that, but he's coming in from the Villanova football game.
Love that.
His older son plays. Calling in from there. Downingtown, PA, the Clarks, as they shop, are listening to us from Downingtown. And then Philip, of course, appreciate you checking in. He's eschewing, as he says, the WSJP call in favor of Bob Long and his All-Stars who still haven't seen Caddyshack. That's just to clarify, that's Tyler who hasn't seen Caddyshack.
But I did have a W today.
He did have a W.
I did get one movie right.
Did get it right. And Philip from Wayne, PA.
And you know what, Tyler? When you die, you'll have eternal peace. So
yeah.
You got that going.
Put it on my
for
tombstone. And, I'll do some homework.
That is also a Caddyshack line. Just
I really need to watch this movie.
Oh, my goodness. Eileen Rossi from Longboat Key, Florida. Her grandson plays for the Prep. Appreciate you checking in with us. Ryan Wimmer from Virginia, student at Prep, was down in North Carolina. And we got Jake G from Gettysburg, class of 2020. That's it for the chat. I'll have to hop over on Twitter. We'll see what else we got.
Appreciate you. One note from Huck Palmer and someone from the chat as well said that on that pass interference play, since it's not a spot foul and because it's half the distance there, it's not an automatic first down, which admittedly is not something I was aware of. They made the change in that rule. I for one, think that rule needs to be changed back. That's an awful rule. But we're underway here in the third as Antonio Chata will kick this deep. How is that not a first down? Unbelievable.
It's like they're treating it like a holding call. Like when you get holding behind the line and, doesn't necessarily mean it's an automatic first down
what
type.
Do you mean?
Or I'm sorry, not holding. I don't know what I was thinking of.
I mean,
there's no other.
Offside is one where it's not an automatic first down. Chata blew it through the end zone, by the way, and LaSalle offense will start from the 20.
Yeah, and with that logic, if you're ever beat in the end zone, just grab a hold of the guy, pass interference. There's no real, they're not going to get extra downs or anything like that. It seems like a weird rule.
Right, because the unique situation there where, it's goal to go, because otherwise you're talking about like a 15-yard penalty. Most times that gets you a first down anyway. Nonetheless, 35-0. St. Joe's Prep, LaSalle with the football from their own 20. Paterzo drops straight back. Steps up, throws it deep. Ryan Moore brings it down at the 40, a gain of 20 yards. He goes out of bounds, but that doesn't matter. Should be a running clock, except for that nobody started it to begin the third quarter. There you go. That's how you create more possessions.
And correct me, that feels like Paterzo's first completed pass. I know it definitely his first completed down. It feels like it.
Yeah.
Just the way this game has gone, but I know he's had a couple short slants and things like that, but
we might have some Prep second stringers in, though.
First downfield, big chunk play for Paterzo.
Paterzo drops back. Again, pressure, flings it deep. Never a chance for Ryan Sorge. Ball wasn't going to get there. Not much Paterzo could do. He had to fall back and try to get that ball 25 yards down the field.
Paterzo's getting crushed today. He's getting no help from his line. My man's going to need an ice bath after this game.
Or he could just stand up in the press box here at Franklin Field, just as cold. It's been a chilly one, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we were driving down here. It was 60 degrees and sunny. That turned to a little bit of rain, and the forecast showed that it was going to get down into the low 40s by the time this game ended.
Well,
sun's going down. Lights are on here at Franklin Field as Paterzo now has decent protection, but nobody to throw it down the field to. And it's intercepted. No, out of bounds. Keenan Nelson toe tapped. From here, it looked really good. The official said no.
Looked pretty, but maybe I got a good glimpse of it at the very end. His feet were clearly in the white chalk along that sideline, but excellent concentration by him to even haul that ball in.
That ball's got to be 10 yards out of bounds and over the St. Joe's Prep sideline there. That was too close for just throwing it away.
Keenan Nelson wants a chance at wide receiver, that toe tap.
And it's going to be a false start against LaSalle.
You got to laugh at this. Like, just too many penalties. Like,
false start called against the Explorers. They'll back him up 5 yards, 3rd and 15 from the LaSalle 35.
Still should be running, right? Even a flag is a flag. Well, there we go. They stop to make the call.
That's right.
They stop it so you can listen without worrying about the clock to the
You got somewhere to be,
voice.
Rob?
And that's a high school rule, as we talked about in the first half. Can't start a running clock in the first half, but if it's still 35 by the time the second half starts, as Paterzo, he has room to take off with this, gets towards that first down marker, stretches the ball at the 50, and gets it on to St. Joe's Prep side of midfield. That was the threshold for the first down. They're going to give it to him. First down, LaSalle.
I love the Prep coach running right behind, not Roca, I can't tell who that is on the sideline, but running right behind the ref, trying to point just a yard short. He was a yard short. Trying to get him.
That's a winning culture there. That coach
is
is making that argument at up 35-0.
I love it.
Clock ticks 9:34 and going here in the third quarter. Empty set. Paterzo, they throw the screen. That was high and away, intended for Sam Brown. Rocco Nickel would have been there to size up Sam Brown, but the high pass will be incomplete, second down.
But when you're not generating any offense downfield, you need to execute on the dink and dunks there, and when you're not, that's when you're down 35-0.
Well, and you think about how we got to this point as well. And, Tyler and Will's points are well taken, but it comes down to me for 2 plays. Paterzo gets blindside blitzed, scoop and score, touchdown, and then a blocked punt, beg your pardon, the very next drive that put St. Joe's Prep with 1st and goal at the 4. Now Paterzo runs out of time. Nobody there. 2 guys came unblocked. It's going to be a loss of 10 yards. In there on the play, Daniel Daly.
And on the near side, you saw Ryan Storge, like, with his hands on his head, like, what the heck is going on? Because St. Joe's Prep isn't even bringing any extra men. Their 4-man rush is just getting right through this offensive line like it's Swiss cheese.
Yeah, they're not getting any hands on. I'm jealous of these Prep D linemen. They're having the time of their lives out there. They're having career games.
Thanksgiving's not for 2 weeks, but they're feasting, if you will.
You like that one, Rob, huh?
Been waiting to use it.
Paterzo's been getting stuffed, so we got some stuffing along
down
with that.
About 20. Takes a shot, has Sam Brown, comes back to the football.
Not even looking.
Wow.
Not even looking.
That was a textbook PIAA, I thought.
Yep. He came back to the football. On the play there was number 39, Anthony Saka. He has an interception here today and didn't look. Sam Brown, he ran through Brown as he was coming back to it. Joe Wade, a conversation with the officials. Yeah, I mean, certainly a bad call there.
Yeah, so we're about halfway through the third quarter now, and it's a 5-possession game, and the punting unit is on the field.
Maybe some sort of fake here. Nope. Rugby-style kick. Agard picks it up at the 24. Has some blocking on the far side of the field. Taken down by Sam Ross at the LaSalle 45.
The Explorers.
Take that, the Prep 45. And now more laundry.
It's getting chippy.
I think this is going to go against LaSalle for a personal foul. Taken down number 28, Shamir Johnson, a fantastically talented cornerback.
At that point, you should have gone for it because now they have better field position than before the punt.
I mean, you hear some wait for the call, maybe.
Yep, we'll wait for the call, and then we'll bring Ray in if we could. Here we go for the official. Yep, goes against the Explorers, so that takes him from – no, wow, offsetting. I don't know what Shamir Johnson did, but he got booked for it, so it's an offsetting penalty. Ray will send it down to you.
Yeah, Bob, it was certainly unnecessary from what I'm watching. Listen, I understand the rivalry. I understand it's not a great game for LaSalle, but it's not necessary to do that. LaSalle certainly, I agree with what you guys were saying up in the booth. As Rob said, St. Joseph's Prep is certainly feasting on this game, and they are certainly giving LaSalle a hard time.
Thank you, Ray. Handoff up the middle by Kasim Phillips for 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
And listen, I get that you have some passionate fans behind us and down on the sidelines probably that want to see them go for that. It's a running clock. It's 35-0.
So what we said at halftime, the difficult thing about this is you could flip the script 100%. I don't think there are 5 offensive possessions left in the half for LaSalle, period.
No.
Kasim Phillips off the edge, flag comes down, probably coming back in the area of holding. He got about 5, maybe 3, and there is the holding call to go against St. Joe's Prep. 6:15 to play, 3rd quarter.
And this might be the first time I've heard any fans say the hey, goodbye in the middle of the third quarter.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, listen, you think about the implications of this game as they march this off. St. Joe's Prep, they're your reigning state champions. It wasn't close last year. Yeah, Jeremiah Trotter Jr., yeah, Marvin Harrison, yeah, Kyle McCord, they're all gone. But the talent restock is there. Here's Blaine Bunch off the left side, thrown out of bounds. And there's a late flag called against LaSalle. That'll be a 15-yarder, and that will be an automatic first down. But again, I mean, this St. Joe's Prep team has taken the notice of the rest of the state right now. And for LaSalle, they're going to come up short here today. Let's remember, this is an excellent season. The hubcap, it sits in Windmore right now, maybe of little solace. But Alan Paterzo, one of the most efficient quarterbacks we've seen at LaSalle, an unbelievable senior season. Sam Brown, he's a senior. He has been an incredible back for many, many years. He's played for all 4 years. Abdul Carter, a 4-year player. He's going to go to Penn State next year. Ryan Moore, a guy who's going to go play college somewhere. I know he's gotten an offer from Villanova, an offer from Lehigh. Listen, there's a lot of seniors we can mention here. This is a distinguished group of LaSalle College high school football players, and as Bunch takes it off tackle, going to have enough for a first down, gain of 11, where he needed 10, inside the LaSalle 35-yard line. I think my message would be, yes, there's, I'm sure, a lot of frustration and disappointment. It's these seniors, it's this group of players, it's John Steinmetz, Joe Way, Joe Leitner, the guys that run this program. LaSalle's going to be back for more next year, and the seniors are going to be off to much bigger and better things on their college careers, whether they're on the gridiron or not. And it's been a wonderful season for us here.
Yeah, it's been frustrating, but I stand by my comment, I made earlier in the year. This is the best, Explorers team I've seen since I've been doing this commentating starting 4 years ago. So, I mean, it's been a blast watching these guys and hoping they, play their hearts out here, especially the seniors.
Handoff for Barlow. He got about 7 off the right side of the line. One of the first times we've seen that here today. 2nd down and 4. Clock ticks under 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. St. Joe's Prep well on their way. Where will they go? They will play the winner of Northeast High School and Alney. Northeast High School, you'll know the name Ken Talley, going to play his football at Penn State next year. And that'll be a tough game. That will be the District 12 final. The Catholic League representative against the Public League representative at the 6A level. It's Barlow again, not going to get the first down, may have gotten a yard, if that. 3rd down and 4 upcoming.
And we've seen it get a little chippy, here this drive really, back about 20, 30 yards or so. But you just want to see this game get to a clean end. You mentioned all those seniors. You want to see them cap it off with, a heart-filled performance. Just not. You don't want to see the chippiness. I know there's the great rivalry and everything, but just end it clean.
Handoff, Blaine Bunch. Bunch makes one miss. Bounces inside of what a cut that was. Inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 7 and a first down for St. Joe's.
Put the defender on skates.
He made a bunch of moves there. That was quite a run. I can't believe he got the first down there.
Did you do that?
No.
Did you do that?
Did I do what?
Bunch made a bunch of moves there?
No, that was just a coincidence.
Just coincidence? Oh.
We got to have fun. We got to stick to our roots here at Bob Long Sports.
Only movie quotes.
Wait for it. Just wait for it.
And now Dane Piccirillo tries to throw it down the field. There was nothing there, so he took off with it. Maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. And we're going to call it a half-a-yard loss, so a LaSalle sack. Sean McFadden in there on the stop.
And
think we can get a Madden reference before the end of that. I don't think we've had one all season. This might be the first season without one.
Well, you haven't done as many games.
Yeah, we've made plenty.
I know.
I think Ray made a few.
Yeah, definitely. Taking your title there.
There we go. I'll get one before the end of the day.
2nd down and 11. Handoff up the middle out of the pistol for Blaine Bunch. Bunch, gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3. This portion of today's game brought to you by the Jamison Poorhouse. They've been a great sponsor for us all year long. Great spot to go, whether for the game or with your family. A wonderful restaurant right in the heart of Jamison. The Wade family does an excellent job running that establishment, and we certainly appreciate it. It's one of, again, my favorite spot to go after the game. We appreciate their sponsorship of us, of LaSalle football, for able to get us out to all these games this year. We appreciate the Jamison Poorhouse and all of our sponsors. St. Joe's Prep taking their time here. It was slow to get that play clock, I think, restarted. So there's still 12 seconds left on the play clock. Now Piccirillo takes the snap, hands off to Barlow. It was 3rd down and 9. He got maybe 4 up the middle. It'll be 4th down.
Kick or go? What do we think? Probably going for it.
I think they're going for it.
And again, they still haven't started that play clock yet. You guys know when that play stopped.
There we go.
Wow, there you go. That's 15 to 20 seconds. Again, it's 35-0, and this game is coming to its end. But yes, just a statement of fact. So they waited 15 seconds to start the play clock. Take it as you will.
And they will kick, take the points.
Antonio Chata. This will be a 31-yarder.
Feels like we've been calling his name for like 7 years, Chata.
And good snap hold, and LaSalle was offside.
They jumped.
So now it'll be 4th down and 1. I would guess the offense comes back out on the field.
Chata's sad. He wants to kick it. Oh, yep.
Now was
marching
there?
Up. Oh, first down.
All right. Hey, 4th and 7. You see it on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Mark off mark off the 5 yards. First down, St. Joe's Prep.
Ref's got somewhere to be too. Starting the play clock a little late.
Which again, we don't want to come off as sour
grapes.
I'm sorry. It's just wrong. It's just incorrect. How about that? It's incorrect. Whether there are consequences to it or not is another question, but it's incorrect.
Let's see if they realize that the quarter's going to end here.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter. They won't snap it. They'll switch sides of the field, and we'll do it one more time here. One more 12-minute period in front of us. This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance, run by Chris Marr. Class of 1989, sent both of his sons through LaSalle. They are so committed, so dedicated to this school, and we appreciate their sponsorship of us. If you're looking for great rates, wonderful service, and expertise on your property and casualty insurance, whether in personal or on the commercial side, talk to Chris Marr, talk to E&M Insurance, our proud sponsors. And now, before we get this snap here in the start of the 4th quarter, Ray Gomez. He's been down there diligently all afternoon long. We appreciate him. And Ray, what do you have for us, man?
Well, Bob, I mean, It's rough for LaSalle. I mean, having to punt the ball. From what I heard from the previous play with the ref, he said it was 4th and 5. That's what they were telling me on the sideline, and that's why they got a first down. I don't necessarily agree with it either, but just how it is. I mean, as you said, it's not really consequential. LaSalle, I feel like what I've been seeing is a lot of brotherhood on the sideline. Obviously, a really tough loss for them, but I've seen nothing but other players picking each other up, trying to get some energy on the sideline and just trying to comfort every player that's feeling down, misses a tackle. It really shows a lot. I saw Chris Thompson, the captain, trying to pick up other players, trying to get some energy on the field to stop the St. Joe's offense and give LaSalle's offense another turn.
Ray, appreciate all you've done. We'll go back to you one more time before the end of this one. But having you on the sidelines, moving this broadcast forward has been great. Here's a handoff. Kasim Phillips up the middle. Got to the 2. That was on 2nd down. The first one was up the middle for a gain of 1. Now it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2.
And Ray brings up a good point. I mean, this is an Explorers team that hasn't really seen much loss this year. It's got to come off hard. I know they were down after that Roman Catholic game, so it's got to be a bit of a gut punch. But just kind of want to reiterate what kind of year this team has had, and they've been a joy to watch and to commentate on.
Here we go. Snap, handoff, Phillips, met at the line. Chris Thompson keeps him short. Gain of 1 inside the 1. 4th down and goal. And certainly the offense will remain out on the field. Thompson coming up a little bit lame as he comes off the field, hobbled.
And Thompson just
battling all year, this kid.
He just battled that play, too. That was a great tackle. The running back was already past him, and Thompson wrapped him up and prevented that touchdown.
4th down and goal inside the 1. Handoff, Phillips, and an impassioned stop by LaSalle. It'll be a turnover on downs. And that one a little bit for the badge of pride. Coming off the field, this defense stood up in a 35-0 game and said, we're going to make one last stand here.
2 Hawks down on that play as well.
Yep, injury on the field.
And you hate to see this. You hate to see Chris Thompson get hurt. You hate to see these 2 St. Joe's prep Hawks get hurt. And you hope for St. Joe's sake that they're okay to go next week for the city championship, because 10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in this game. There's nothing up in the air about this one. But next week, it's certainly a big game for them. So you hope that they'll be all right.
Tyler, you ever find yourself in one of these games? And if so, how'd you get through it?
Yeah, my senior year, we played Bergen Catholic, who is a very prominent New Jersey team, still are a very good team, and they blew the tires off us. It was our 2nd game of the year after an emotional big win against North Penn, and that kind of took the wind out of our sails, I would say. But it was a good experience. I mean, it didn't really have much impact until we lost that year to North Penn. I think it was 21-14 or 14-7 in the state semis, which was that was a gut punch. And that was, again, I speak from experience, that was a team that didn't really lose much that year other than to Bergen Catholic. So I feel for these guys. I know what they're going through, but it is an experience that will make you stronger, whether it's on the field or off the field. A good life lesson.
Now LaSalle takes off at the 1-yard line. And there's a penalty. There was a lot of movement. Was it defense jumping off, or was it induced? It was not induced. Defensive offside. And that at least gets LaSalle out from the shadow of its own goalpost. 1st down and 5 from the 6.
I would love to see LaSalle put a drive together here. With this running clock, it's going to be.
And I'd love to see, they've got the space to do it.
Sam Brown off the left tackle, gain of 2. 2nd down and 3 upcoming.
Sam, I think that puts him at what, like 15 yards on the day? What were you counting up, Will? He's still under 20 yards on the day. So, I mean, he's got that 1,000-yard mark out there sitting in front of him. So you got 9 minutes here. Maybe get him over that 1K mark.
Brown, the lone tailback. Alan Paterzo, make that an I formation as Wentz comes in formation. A flag there.
Paterzo didn't move. I think he got the ball, and he wasn't expecting to have the ball. It just.
So that'll take it half the distance to the goal. A second down from the 4-yard line, needing the 12.
And if anything, that just eats up more clock. It's not stopping for this penalty.
It'll be 2nd and 8, 9-12 and ticking in the fourth quarter. St. Joe's Prep, they're going to win the game, move on to the District 12 championship. Sam Brown, a decent run out to the 10. Went off tackle, cut up the field north to south. Gain of 6, needs 2 more for the first.
Ugh. Another Prep injury on the field there.
Yeah, this one's James Hurd. I think the first one was Phillips, the ball carrier on that 4th down. He went down before. Now James Hurd down on the play. He was a transfer in this year. He has been excellent. Listed as an edge rusher, and certainly he does that. But St. Joe's Prep, they go a lot of 3-4 guys, and he's a guy that doesn't have to put his hand in the dirt. He can rove. He's probably an outside linebacker at the next level. And he has been excellent, fun to watch. And as it turns out here, a big part of St. Joe's Prep's title defense going forward. This is going to put them formally into the round of 16 in the PIAA state playoffs. They will face Northeast or Alany. No disrespect to either of those teams. St. Joe's Prep will be a heavy favorite in that game. And then they will take on the winner of District 11, that winner of the District 12 game, which would be, say, Northeast or Alany versus St. Joe's Prep. They'll play the winner of District 11. That'll be a quarterfinal matchup. Again, you'd have to think that St. Joe's Prep, as Alan Paterzo tried to hand it off, nobody was there. Sam Brown went out for the pitch. It was supposed to be a handoff. He's taken down for a sack. It'll be 4th down, and on comes the punting unit for LaSalle.
It's like no one's talking to anyone here, just ignoring each other. I don't know what's going on, but that's just a situation where Brown, they didn't know the play.
But again, to finish the point there, so District 11 versus District 12 winner. That'll be in the quarterfinals. The winner goes to the state semifinals. And if you can believe it, District 1, the champion there, spits out all the way at the semifinal. So it's the winner of District 11 and District 12 will take on the District 1 champion in the state semifinal. Here's Santiago Sterla, who unleashes a really nice punt, pushes Emilio Agard back, makes the catch at the 48-yard line. Make that 47.
Yeah, and I know Bob and I were watching some District 1 action last night, and we saw an absolute classic in North Penn versus Ridley, where Ridley went on to win the game 56-55 in overtime.
And why? Why, you may ask? Because North Penn missed an extra point after scoring the first touchdown of overtime.
And what was the turning point in that game, what was so fun to watch, that Ridley scores a touchdown to tie the game up early in the second half with North Penn, does an onside kick, recovers, and then the next play scores another touchdown. That was a fun game to watch.
A handoff up the middle to Josh Barlow. Gain of 2 in between the tackles. 2nd down and 8. 7:17 and ticking. St. Joe's Prep. They'll take all the time in the world. 40-second play clock, slow to start. They can take this all the way down to about 6:35 to snap it if they choose. And they will take all of that time. We'll take the opportunity in the meantime to tell you about Jim McLaughlin, Carrie, Garen Boyle of the Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Fox & Roach Realtors team, our favorite realtors and wonderful partners of Bob Long Sports. Here's the handoff. Josh Barlow has room, a 1st down inside the 35-yard line. Just want to say again to Jim McLaughlin, Carrie, Garen Boyle, they've been sponsors of ours for a while. We appreciate them. We've made a lot of technical improvements this year. We've gotten Tyler a nice headset there so he doesn't have to use his hands with a handheld mic. Working on that for Rob at some point here as well.
It's all right. I've only been waiting 7 years. It's, whatever.
They double function as earmuffs too, Bob. My ears are very warm.
We got Ray Gomez on the sidelines. We got a virtual, that's not virtual, that's not the right adjective, a wireless mic, which can take you all the way from high atop Franklin Field to field level. That's pretty unbelievable.
Virtually.
Of course. St. Joe's Prep had a player down on the field. Up and walking off is Winston Yates, the junior wide receiver.
That's got to be like the 5th or 6th injury we've seen in the last few minutes. Hopefully nothing serious for St. Joe's Prep.
So the clock, play clock that is at 11. Halfway home here in the fourth quarter, all but a formality now. The running clock well underway. Blaine Bunch will be taken down for a big loss. Dropped for a gain of about 5. Sean McFadden in there on the stop. McFadden, an excellent player. Just a junior. We'll see him next year. But do want to take some time to talk about the seniors on this team. Dom Martin, number 2, going down the roster here. He's a third string back. At times in past years was the number 2 guy. Excellent effort for him. Did a great job at running back. Good catcher out of the backfield as well. And put some key minutes and snaps in there when Stevie Davis or Sam Brown, couldn't get the stop for whatever reason or couldn't get the start. Amir Anderson, what a great defensive back. He is number 3. A lockdown corner for the last 3 years. Handoff up the middle to Bunch. Gain of 1 in between the tackles. 3rd down and 14. Colin Wade, a senior tight end, got some snaps. Again, a reserve, but a wonderful player, a team leader. Colin Wade will be missed. Santiago Sterla, what can you say about him, Rob? Absolutely unbelievable. Punter, kicker, going to go play his football
Gonna play right here, yeah.
on this field at Penn. Tremendous student and a great ambassador for LaSalle football. Ryan Moore, number 8, the Wildcat, the defensive back, the wide receiver, the do-everything guy for LaSalle. He's certainly going to be missed, and I know the coaches speak so highly of him. Alan Paterzo, a guy who, you talk about one of his best games against Roman Catholic last week. He's had some tremendous games this year as they hand it off. And Sean McFadden makes the stop off the edge. 4th down and 14 coming up. His first half at Manheim Township last year, before he unfortunately had a season-ending injury, held a lot of promise. He worked his butt off, came back, was the leader of this team offensively. Alan Paterzo, your legacy is safe here at LaSalle. What a great season you had. Connor Mellman, a backup quarterback, got some time this year. LaSalle shut out 4 teams. They've had opportunities to get some reserves into the game. Connor Mellman, a rushing touchdown as well this year. Connor Mellman. E.J. Wentz. We've talked about Tim Mellman. We've talked about Joey Burnham, some of our favorite fullbacks on this LaSalle team. He's right up there with them. He's an incredible player, E.J. Wentz. T.J. Foster, a wide receiver, defensive back. He's a senior. Sam Brown, one of the best running backs in the history of LaSalle football, as St. Joe's Prep took the time all the way down on the play clock. Now took a timeout. Antonio Chata will come on to kick this one deep. Abdul Carter, number 22, off to Penn State next year. Delivered some body blow hits and a lot of excitement over his years as a LaSalle football player. He and Sam Brown will be missed. Chris Thompson, heart and soul of this team. The most first place votes in terms of who's going to be elected captain, voted on by his peers in the history of the LaSalle defense. That's saying a lot. Missed some time this year, came back and delivered some all-star performances for this team. Nicholas Gambone, a linebacker. Daniel Ford on the defensive line. Great job in between the tackles there. Sorry there, Rob.
Nope, you're good, and we'll see him in the wrestling room.
That's right. Jake Scalaro, Kevin Hawley, a linebacker. Abdul Carter was banged up at times over the course of the year. Kevin Hawley came in a great job during those times. Really just that extra linebacker. LaSalle can go 4 or 5, 6 deep at the linebacker position. Kevin Hawley, one of them. Declan Smith on the defensive line. Dean Leader, Ryan Carr, Nick Aracco, Brendan Krug, all of them on that offensive line have been so good over the course of their careers. It was a point of depth, a point of strength for this LaSalle offense here this year. Now a punt will take it inside the 10. Ryan Moore picks it up there. taken down at the 14-yard line. Larry Thiel, also a senior. Luke Schisler on the offensive line. Owen Tatlungari. Tim Fiedler on the defensive line. Anthony Rivers. And Nick Prosperi. I think we got them all there, guys. Those are your LaSalle seniors that have contributed so much to this program over the last 4 years. We appreciate the opportunity to bring you, the audience, their achievements, their successes, their failures, their opportunities. Here's Sam Brown. Sam Brown's going to get 1,000 yards. He's across the 50 and the 40 and the 30, inside the 20. Sam Brown is going to go all the way. 85 yards, one play, a touchdown.
That, I mean, very apropos, right? The guy has done it all for 4 years for this offense. And, I mean, it's been a day, but it's a nice cap to a nice career for a guy that has meant a lot to this program and finally gets his 1,000-yard season. Just feels good for him.
Got all the guys on the sideline coming over, hugging, congratulating, fist bumping. It's great to see.
Abdul Carter and Sam Brown share a hug.
Two guys that spent some time on offense together, too, before Abdul went to the other side of the ball.
The extra point is up and good for the senior Santiago Sturla, and with 2:17 to play, St. Joe's Prep 35, LaSalle on the board with 7. I want to take some time to thank you guys, right? The name is Bob Long Sports, but I want everyone to know out there that we are a big, happy family here. Quite the team. Rob Stott, we've been doing this since you
7 years.
You moved up from D.C., I moved back from Pittsburgh. I was doing some high school stuff out there. Came back, so happy to be back with the alma mater. And you were right there with me from the very beginning.
Full circle, doing it radio broadcasts, right? So this is the old hat for us, putting it back on. Feels good.
Isn't that the truth? Tyler Kern, I forget when you came in. It feels like you've been here since the beginning, though, and you do an excellent job.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember it was like right around Halloween. I did the first Archbishop Wood game that year with you guys. It was a lot of fun, and I just remember you kind of led me on. You're like, so what do you think about that, Tyler? And I just I couldn't say anything. I was kind of frozen. So I think I've come a long way. It's been fun.
Still hasn't watched Caddyshack, though.
Yeah, let's beat that dead horse. But, it's been a lot of fun. We have fun up here. I love, still being involved in some way with the LaSalle football program. And, yeah, it's a good time, and it's quite the view we got up here as well. So it's always a blast.
Now a pooch kick. This is going to be a problem here. Emilio Agar does just fall on it at the 16-yard line. Fortunate that he did so, because LaSalle was hawking him down. Sturla found an opening in the field and tried to get his guys down there and recover the kick. We may have a penalty on the field. A flag is down at the 41-yard line. Could that be offside? Because it's, again, 1 yard past where the line of scrimmage technically was on that special teams play. Yep, illegal procedure against the kicking team. I think that St. Joe's Prep will just simply tack that on to the end of the kick. 2:03 to go. The other three guys I want to thank are 3 LaSalle students. This is the best engagement we've had in the history of our broadcast program here. First, Will Ryan. Will, thank you, my friend. Great job with stats. You're an excellent color commentator. You can do anything you want in this medium if you choose.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I just appreciate the opportunity. It was a blast. I remember the Haverford game. I was talking to Mr. Johnson, and I was going to do stats for the game and run the Twitter for LaSalle Sports, and I had your number, so I texted you saying, hey, I'll be doing stats if you want me to be up in the booth with you. And since then, it's been a blast. I did miss the McDonough game, but other than that, I've been able to make it up in the booth with you guys, and it's really been a fun season. Obviously not the way that we wanted to end it, but it was still a good time had in the booth, and just overall a great time, so thank you.
LaSalle will kick this one deep to St. Joe's Prep after the touchdown. And after they decided to mark that off, now they go for an onside kick. St. Joe's Prep all over it after the, call it, 15 yards bouncer down the field. So it'll be St. Joe's Prep ball. On the south side of midfield, Ray Gomez. Want to thank him as well. Ray has been with us since homecoming, and it's been awesome having him on. Ray, your passion is unmatched here when it comes to LaSalle football. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a part of our family this year.
Thank you, Bob. I mean, it's just been a pleasure. This is, as you know, a passion of mine that I want to pursue as a career. And you've given me the opportunity to have all these experiences. I've been able to do camera, do color commentary, and now you put me on the sidelines. I mean, it's just been a great experience for me. And you'll have me for the basketball season, so you're not getting rid of me just yet, to say the least. And I'm truly blessed to have this experience and to have this community. I also want to say I was able to congratulate Sam Brown for his 1,000 yards. He held his head high, as many of these LaSalle players have with this loss. Just really speaks to the brotherhood and the community that we have. They're hugging each other on the sideline. It's really just about them holding each other up after this loss, as obviously this game didn't go how I wanted to go as a senior or any of the other ones, but it's a brotherhood, and it truly is a special sight to see.
Ray, well said. Thanks so much for your help down there, buddy.
Something tells me the Hawks probably had Ray's picture posted up in their locker room this week. That might have been the thing today.
Oh, man. No. St. Joe's Prep, they were in victory formation. Dane Piccirillo took one knee. He only needs to take one more. He will do that, and that'll finish off the game. Last guy to thank, Will Gomez. He joined us in the latter part of the season. He did a great job on camera today. Again, we'll have this game out for distribution soon on the video side, but couldn't do it live here today. But Will, thank you so much. Great to have you, and hopefully we can keep you going here as well if you're interested in continuing to help us through the years. Last thank you, all the fans. High school football fans are the best. LaSalle football fans, we love you so much. Thanks for being part of our little team here this year, following along with our broadcast. We've enjoyed every minute of it, and we'll certainly be back next year for LaSalle football. We'll be back sooner than that even for LaSalle basketball. And we do have some good news from the soccer pitch. LaSalle soccer won that game, and we're going to see what that could look like in terms of the state semifinal. I believe it'll be on Tuesday, to see if we have any opportunity to broadcast that. Your final here, St. Joe's Prep 35, LaSalle 7. We spent enough time talking about this LaSalle team and all the great things that they did this year. Yeah, it'll end in a blemish, but it was a fantastic season. The hubcap resides in Windmore, but only one team could move on here today. Move on in the PIAA state playoffs, and that team is St. Joe's Prep. They nailed down the hammer, and they did so early and often against LaSalle. Dane Piccirillo wasn't asked to do a ton in the passing game, but what he did was make the right decisions all day long on the read option. The offensive and defensive lines of St. Joe's Prep telling everybody we're still that team that is the reigning state champions at the 6A level. We're still that team that has owned PIAA football over the last decade. And though Kyle McCord and Marvin Harrison are sitting in Columbus and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is playing for Clemson, there's a lot of talent on this team, and anybody overlooking the Hawks of St. Joe's Prep is doing it wrong. They're in the final 16. Nobody's playing better, and nobody's played a better 60 minutes, 48 minutes, should I say. Nobody's played better for that long than these guys did in this particular game. If they can replicate that, tough to see anybody beating them. St. Joe's Prep, a winner, definitively, 35-7. And we wish the Hawks and this program the best as they continue through the PIAA state playoff. For my team, Rob Stott, Tyler Kern, Will Ryan, Will Gomez, and our buddy Ray Gomez on the sideline, I am Bob Long saying so long here from Franklin Field, our final LaSalle football broadcast of the year. LaSalle just one more time will come to the sidelines and hear the alma mater played by the pep band. And that's the sound we'll leave you with here today.